I think that gets to the end of the episode, so I don't want to jump too far about what his intentions were with her.
Oh, you got anything else?
Hell no.
we can get
It was
there.
a whole bunch of filler. Like I felt like this was very minimal in character development. I felt like we could have just got straight to what the fuck happened with him. For real.
No, we had to show Jen and her emotions and how she dealt with them as she was being ghosted, and the fact that she was.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
What's cracking, YouTube? I'm Ralph.
This is Johnnie.
And we're Oversaturated the podcast. If this is your first time here, make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss anything from the channel.
Thanks.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you. We apologize. We had a few things going on in the OS land, OS world that we just, it was hard for us to kind of link and go over things, but we got to give you this She-Hulk review. We missed 7, 8, and 9. So we're going to get into all of this stuff as quickly and,
Yeah.
with a fine tooth comb as possibly as much as we can.
As much as we can remember.
Yeah. Because honestly,
boy.
We'll start good, right? Okay, Johnnie. I don't know. Since we're doing 3 episodes, right? Let's just ask this. I'm trying to figure out. What do you think about these last 3 episodes? Just the arc, not the entire show. Just the last 3
arc. Okay, got you. So episode 7, 8, and 9.
Yep.
We got the retreat. We got Ribbit and Rip It.
Yep.
And then we got Whose Show Was This?
Yep.
Our gripes of the previous episodes were that they were a little slow and not much action. Just wasn't a lot going on. Too much Jen, right?
Just remember whose show this actually is.
Personally, I feel like these last 3 episodes kind of saved the season. Like knowing the type of character She-Hulk is now, the arc that both She-Hulk and Jennifer Walters go through in these 3 episodes, I think kind of helped save the season. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed these 3 episodes.
Okay. 7, 8, and 9, the retreat. Oh my God, it felt so unnecessary. It really did. 8 and 9 is where the action and everything, the storyline just kind of picked up. 8, if you ask me, is probably the best episode of the series.
Okay.
9 is, I guess that's a decent way to end. I don't know. Just it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like we said, I wouldn't say save the season because I don't know what the hell I think of this season, and we'll get into that toward the end of this particular video.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like just in TV in general, I feel like the episode before the finales usually like the most fire joint, right? And then the finale is just like, all right, it's cool. It is what it is.
I know, right? But let's try to kind of speed through these episodes per se, right? Let's talk about 7 real quick. The retreat. Mm-hmm. I really don't have too much for this. I know it was kind of like another Jen episode, right? She meets with Abomination and his support group. Is it a support group? I think
it's his class of people that he's trying to help better.
Okay.
So I guess technically, like he's the leader of the support group. Like he's the one that's facilitating the support for the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I said all that. Same shit. Same shit. I enjoyed this episode. So Jen, she's summoned to go talk to Belansky, right? Because his inhibitor went off saying that he changed it to Abomination. Yeah. So the I guess the parole officer that called Jen wanted her to come with him because he was scared.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Jen.
Blonsky?
You're honking your horn at a 10-foot tall lizard monster.
And then she ends up having to stay because her car gets damaged by a man bull, which yeah. They introduced some characters in there. So basically she goes through this entire episode was Jen getting over what's his name, Josh, the one that she slept with and then he ghosted her basically.
Yeah.
That's all this episode was for basically.
Damn it, Jen. Like, God damn it.
But I mean, I feel like that's a natural human emotion. Like you go on these dates with this person, y'all finally have sex, right? Yeah. Then they ghost you. Like
he really did.
Like her. Literally disappeared.
Seduced.
City boy, city boy.
I think that gets to the end of the episode, so I don't want to jump too far about what his intentions were with her.
Oh, you got anything else for it?
Hell no.
we can get there.
It was a whole bunch of filler. Like I felt like this was very minimal in character development. I felt like we could have just got straight to what the fuck happened with him. For real.
No, we had to show Jen and her emotions and how she dealt with them as she was being ghosted. And the fact that she was just so happened up on the support group, they helped her through it. Because after that,
yeah, she did have a lot of questions. I mean, well, I'll say this: he was very charming to her.
Yeah,
he definitely wined and dined. He was a gentleman.
He was,
he was very much into Jen, something that she hasn't felt because everybody else wanted She-Hulk.
Right.
So, I guess, but it was just okay. But we get to the end of that episode and we see that Buddy working for Hulk King.
Crazy. Like,
or did we know it was Hulk King at that point?
No, we didn't know.
I mean, we don't know who Hulk King is, but we knew that he took her DNA or whatever for.
Yeah, but I don't think we knew that was going to happen.
Okay.
Like at least I didn't. I thought this was really a suiter.
No, remember I was like, nah.
You think it was something different?
Yeah. We'll check the game tapes. Orson will check it. You know.
Previously on She-Hulk.
Yeah, no, we're gonna see. I think he works for somebody.
Damn, I feel for it. That's crazy.
Nah, it was just too much going on. I was like, nah. If they like She-Hulk, I feel like it's a little bit more straight up.
Damn. Facts though.
Because you can't want nothing from that. What you want? A good time. I know.
Here for a good time, not a long time, right?
All right. Well, episode 8.
Ribbit or Rivet? Like, okay, that's now this we can talk about.
This is when we turn up.
Yeah, because Buddy, pretty much being like a version of Kick-Ass.
My name is Leapfrog.
Hey, yo. I'm sorry. That's funny.
I feel like but they said there's like a real like character within the comic books, right? I was like, oh, that's crazy. I thought they was mimicking Kick-Ass. I was like, oh.
Bro, that is so funny because I didn't think
that's the first thing I thought about when I seen his ass.
That is funny.
Because he outside trying to be a vigilante. And his stuff started malfunctioning.
And come to find out, it was his damn fault anyway. He put the wrong fucking fuel in there.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, my bad. Because that pissed me off. But anyway, let's see. Where do
he's soliciting Jen to be a lawyer, and to be his lawyer. And the thing is, he was like, she went directly to the boss and said, "Hey, this is a conflict of interest. He wants to sue, my man that makes my suits.
Yep.
I can't do that. I just got in good with him." And she was like, and he was like, "Look, his daddy is a respective client. You need to, you gotta handle this. You gotta handle this."
I don't want none of that, basically. And then we get to the point where they're in court. Mm-hmm. In walks, finally,
I'm here.
Matt Murdock walk in the courtroom. Did you stand up and applaud?
No. We got the applause out in Spider-Man No Way Home. People in the movie there was like, yeah.
No, I was one of them. You right. That's funny.
I ain't do all that. I was like, oh, I was a little bit more cool with
my man.
Like, oh, my man, Charlie Cox, he back. That's what's up.
But yeah, so we see Matt Murdock. He's representing the Drip Broker. That's his name, right?
Drip Broker, yeah.
Drip Broker. I know we were saying Swag Broker. Representing the Drip Broker in the costume that he made for what's his name? Leapfrog.
It was something like
something. Anyway, basically, long story short, we actually see Matt Murdock in his lawyer mode and actually going up against She-Hulk, and they have a very intense lawyer exchange, which I thought was kind of dope.
Yeah.
And come to find out, with Matt Murdock using his enhanced senses, he was able to smell the type of fuel that Leapfrog used in his costume, and basically got the whole case thrown out because he didn't use the right one.
Wow. Like when he used the whole thing about anonymity, I wanted to say that anonymity.
I love it.
Because he like how you go sniff some shit.
But that's the thing.
Nobody find that odd. Like
Listen,
nobody found that odd.
Nobody knew that he smelled it.
Nobody know nobody probably knows of Daredevil in the West Coast either.
Also true. I see what you did.
Because I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Like,
wait a minute, pal. That's what I was on. I was like, wait a minute.
Damn,
but one thing that we can't gloss over, and that's probably going to have big ramifications in the MCU moving forward, he did mention that the Sokovia Accords were repealed. We never really talked about this before. It never really came up. We never really talked about the Sokovia Accords, maybe in a few movies after, was it Ultron? No, Civil War. Civil War. Yeah. So
I'm glad you brought that up because yes, that's I think that definitely is going to play a part in some of the Phase 5 movies, especially Thunderbolts, the Captain America movie. I think that'll play a big part in those movies. So the fact that we even know that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed, Captain America was right the whole time.
Yep.
So we gonna leave that there.
Pretty much.
We gonna leave that there. So after court, Matt Murdock and Jen Walters, didn't they end up having like a drinks or something together?
Drinks at the bar. They were chilling, kicking it, and you can tell it was a lot of chemistry between both of them. He had to dip out and then they both, got these. She got a call about something. I forgot what made her leave, but I know he got an anonymous call, or at least he knew what was going on.
I think it was Leapfrog calling her about Daredevil chasing him.
Ugh, you remember Todd, that gross tech bro with the She-Hulk fetish?
I think that's what it was.
And he actually kidnapped the drip broker.
Right. Damn, it's coming back to me now.
And he kidnapped the drip broker and took him back to his obvious lair, the lily pad, right?
Subtle.
The lily pad.
It was just obvious.
Captain Obvious.
That's crazy.
And then we get a fight scene between Daredevil and She-Hulk, which not the best fight scene, but still kind of dope to see them actually go head to head.
Well, technically, she won the fight.
Well, no, that's true.
My ass remains unwhooped.
I mean, shit, what can you do? You can't enhance the hearing and beat him.
Wait. What did he just say?
Can't do that.
I'm not laughing, and I'm not making fun of blind people. But when she got the best of him, and he went limp, and he was like, "I can't see." He was like, "He couldn't see shit no more." That shit kicked down real quick when she beat his ass. He couldn't see shit then. Shit, the echo wasn't working that Okay. All right.
Forgive us, but no, that was funny. That was a nice hearty laugh.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm sorry. That's funny. But but then they end up teaming up because they find out that he's actually like the villain in this whole thing, right? And when they get to the lily pad, we get, and what I was hoping for, we get a hallway fight scene with Daredevil. I was so happy to see that.
Yeah.
I was happy to see that.
It felt good, you know what I'm saying? Like some decent fight choreography, going on.
Right. And who better to have that type of scene than Daredevil, right?
Yeah. Sidebar, but we'll get back to it. Does that make you hype for what Daredevil Born Again could be? If the fight, fight sequences look like that,
it doesn't make me any more excited because I'm already.
You already there, okay?
Yeah, I'm.
But
I'm
just kind of going back a little bit, but it's kind of like it shows like the difference in ideology, and then like she actually was kind of like, I would say damn near turned on by the fact that he took control and he was like, look, nah, we ain't doing all that. I can tell you don't know nothing. Like,
right.
It was pretty much like I can tell you don't know nothing. Like, what we finna do, I'm gonna go down there, whoop some ass, and then you come in.
Exactly.
But nah, she came in and actually kind of Hulk smashed through the
She-Hulk smash.
She ended up saving him.
Oh no, she did.
Because I mean, he did get through those first few henchmen, right? But
that's how it always is. I told y'all Daredevil get his ass whooped constantly.
Damn, it's true. It's true. But after all that fighting. Yes, I think that was both hot and bothered.
Yes, sir.
And they got to it. Did you think that they were going to hook up in the show?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I thought maybe, but I was like, I don't really think they would go that way, but no, they did.
Shout out to Jen, man, getting it in.
Yeah, She-Hulk and Jen, both.
Man, what?
Turn up.
Man, sexually liberated woman. We stand for that here at OS.
Oh, big facts.
But the walk of shame?
Nah, the Daredevil walk of shame was hilarious.
Morning.
I actually rewinded that because that was funny.
He had no shoe. Come on, man.
Hey man, ain't that usually how I go? You can't wear the heels walking home. But I've never seen Daredevil in daylight either.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That was kind of crazy.
That's kind of funny. The ketchup and mustard suit, I don't really know how I'm feeling about that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's like it's the same. It looks like it's the same structure suit from the Netflix show. They just changed the colors, and I ain't really. I'm not really.
It's kind of like your boy from who's the Flash villain?
Reverse Flash.
Yeah, Reverse Flash. That's what it's kind of giving me.
Damn, it's giving Reverse Flash. Yeah. That's funny. If we titled these, that would be the title. All right, so now we get to the end of this episode, right?
Yes, sir.
Where She-Hulk and Jen Walters are being presented with outstanding women lawyer or something to that effect, right?
Female Lawyer of the Year award.
So she gets dressed. She got her dress on. She walks up to the stage to accept her award, and this is where the Hulk King displays everything that Josh basically took from her.
Yeah,
all the information, all the video of her sleeping in bed, all her like Tinder profile, Finder profile, all of that stuff was leaked at this gala where all of her family was there, her coworkers were there, and when seeing that, as any woman would, she gets incredibly angry and she turns into the savage She-Hulk, where she's at a point for a short amount of time where she can't control her anger. Yeah, and this is where people are starting to see her as the monster that we probably knew this was coming to.
So Bruce was right.
Yeah, basically.
Bruce tried to tell her, and she wanted to curtail her training. She didn't want to go through any of that, and she had sound points even back then trying to explain. Even I wouldn't say trying to explaining her position as a woman and a lawyer and the things that she has to deal with. But still, this is still a new monster. No pun intended.
Oh shit! Pun game on point.
That you have to be equipped with.
Yep.
Because he asked her, "What are you gonna do when they see the monster?"
Yep. And
she went crazy.
That's what we got, right? Mm-hmm. So now we are here at the finale. Yeah. Title, whose show is this?
Yeah. Before we go all the way into it, I do like when she was released from prison. She had to sign a deal. She had to take a deal, but her parents came to pick her up. Yeah. And her daddy is so supportive. The real MVP of this show is Jen Walters' papa.
Hey, get off my damn lawn! I don't care if there is a drought. I got water pressure for days.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, anytime there was a major issue going on with Jen and She-Hulk, she was there. Like that time that she got mugged and she turned into She-Hulk, he was there the next day when the show was live. He's like, hey, I'm with it. What's up?
But the fact he showed so much support, and usually I'm glad that they don't at least the Hulk or the She-Hulk character themes aren't taken from like the X-Men stuff, because in X-Men, when they went straight mutant, their parents weren't fucking with them.
Right. No, that's true.
So at least in this, you still have a level of humanity in the parents that they still want to be there for even though she's grown. Yeah. Their grown daughter that happens to be a superhero. I love that. I will give you that.
That was great. That's real. So in the finale, we start in the room where Emil Blonsky was.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. And it's just so ironic that the same she helped Blonsky get out of that cell, and now she's being held captive in that same cell because of what happened at the end of the previous episode, right?
Irony.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So, like Ralph said, she took a plea deal to get out. Mm-hmm. Mallory came in. Damn, what's my guy's name?
Hug.
Drip broker. Like
not the drip broker, but
no. That's the guy that kept saying drip broker.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Basically, her friends came in to be supportive and to let her know, look, the only way you get now is if you get this deal. So she gets the deal, and we see the drastic decline in her career, right? I think she got fired. Yeah. She had to move out of her apartment. She moved in with her parents, and pretty much her life is kind of spiraling out of control because she was manipulated and all of this information was leaked against her own will. It's crazy that, again, Jen has been going through all kinds of things this entire season, right? And the final straw was all of that information being taken against her will and used against her. But nobody's paying attention to that part. People are only paying attention to the part where she became the savage She-Hulk, which is, again, the same. Like, this is the thing that she's been going through this entire season. So, and that's just like the ultimate camel that broke the straw broke the camel's back. I got you. Yo, we gotta enunciate more.
It's funny because her friends, my guy, I hate that I remember his name. I can't remember his name.
Hug.
And then Nikki. They went on the hunt to figure out who did this to Jen and why.
Yep.
They went through all these channels and all these things, and then they found the intelligentsia.
Yep.
Like wherever they kind of kick it. Like wherever they had their meetings, they He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Wait a second, we're He-Man Woman Haters.
That's exactly
that's
what
pretty
it
much
was.
what it is.
And remember when the episode when Jen was going on all them dates and the one guy was like, "You're such a fine specimen." I knew something was up with him. Turns out he's the Hulk King. Crazy.
Nasty work.
I created intelligentsia. I'm Hulk King.
Oh my God.
Super nasty.
But the thing is, I will kind of give Marvel credit on is like they're pretty much saying what the trolls say online. Like, I don't critique if she did this if she was a man too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, and those are the exact arguments that we've seen people say on Twitter and things like that. Even some of the tweets that we saw on Intelligentsia were pulled from real life tweets.
Yeah,
which is crazy that people are actually tweeting it about a fictional character, right?
Really? Some of those guys seriously need to get a life.
That's neither here nor there. Yeah. But then like this finale takes like a really big turn, right?
Yep. Talk about it.
So basically in the same room where the intelligentsia is, we got the intelligentsia, right? Nikki's there, Emil Blonsky is there as Abomination. Hulk drops in. The Hulk King somehow gets Hulk powers. Like every stereotype that you could figure would happen in the MCU show or movie happens in one scene, right? And now we get this ultimate fourth wall break.
Like the biggest fourth wall break ever.
Like of all time, right? She-Hulk, she stops the whole show like, hey, this can't be what was written. Yeah. And she breaks the fourth wall. She jumps into the Disney Plus menu screen. I thought that was dope as hell. I thought it was dope as hell. And they kept mentioning Kevin throughout this episode, right? And we're all, of course, thinking Kevin Feige. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to actually show Kevin Feige in this show. There's no way. So she gets to actual Kevin.
Hello, Jennifer.
Kevin?
And it's this robot that they say writes all of the Marvel shows, basically.
It's kind of like kind of reminiscent of like a Wizard of Oz or like the Matrix when you met the architect. Shit like that. Like that's what it felt like. I mean, she went through all the channels. She went and met the writers. The writers was like, nah. Like, and then she went to the receptionist and made her sign the NDA. Like, all right, now you can go in.
Right.
And then, you're pretty much saying everything that would make the show better. You're pretty much saying what we've been saying as fans. You're pretty much saying what the MCU lacks. You're pretty much saying, like, okay, all right, that's cool. Why the fuck you just don't do it? Like that's what.
But I think that's the troll though.
Yeah.
Like the again, this is the type of character that Jen Walters and She-Hulk is in the comics. Like, it's never a straight like fight when it comes to this character. It's always something out of the box. And the fact that they played this off in this final episode, I thought was actually really dope. Like we didn't get a boss fight. We didn't. And usually I would hate that. But I think the way that they played this out was actually really dope. She even mentioned like, oh, will I be in another movie? And Kevin was like, we'll see. Like that's those types of jokes I thought were really
It was
cool.
something very interesting. It was like they cut the CGI. Well, it was like we're working on other stuff, and you heard the Wakanda drums.
Yeah, right.
It was like little stuff like that.
Like I thought that was dope. So ultimately, shit, there's no final boss scene, right? So ultimately, we end up back at I think it was Jen's parents or somebody's house. They was all in the backyard kicking it. The whole family was there.
But then they arrested my boy,
the Hulk King.
Yeah, they arrested him, and she's like, "We'll see you in court and all that stuff too."
Oh yeah, you're right. I skipped that.
Yeah. Then we get to the Fast and Furious family. Family.
Yeah. Correct. Right.
Yeah.
And even in that final like boss scene, even Matt Murdock dropped in. Daredevil dropped in that moment. So it was so much going on. So now we're at the table. The family's kicking it. Matt Murdock is there
and then,
with Jen as a date. Plus one. That's crazy, right? Damn, I wonder if that means she gonna show up in Born Again.
I hope,
but we'll see.
I hope not. Daddy was on his ass though.
No, big facts. Shit, listen, that's my daughter. But anyway, everybody's kicking it. In walks
Bruce Banner or
Smart Hulk with his Sakaran son, Scar.
One here that I'd like you all to meet. This is my son, Scar.
And that's it. That's how it ends. Thoughts on the ending?
Okay. They did so much with setting up everybody else's character except She-Hulk.
That's true.
Everybody else got we got bigger cliffhangers for Hulk and Daredevil and shit.
I think her conversation with Kevin in that room was probably the cliffhangers for her, because it's already rumored that she's supposed to show up in the new Captain America movie. Mm-hmm. So I think that was their way of like saying what she's got going on in the future. It's just, I don't know. The ending was just kind of I don't know.
Very much so.
I don't know.
Very much so. Well, now that we're here, Johnny, we've been waiting on this. We've been waiting a long time on this one. What do you rank this series 1 to 5?
The series as a whole,
mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to rank it a 3.5. I think that's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Ooh,
this is the one time. I mean, no. This is my gripes have been well documented for at least 6 videos, right? This is our 7th video. I'm gonna say this is a 2.5, and the reason I'm going there, and rather than saying a 3 or a 2, it was just like I found moments where I was entertained, mm-hmm. but the story just doesn't do enough for me. The star of the show doesn't get enough shine. That's my problem with this show. So, I mean, I don't rewatch none of them, so I ain't gonna be serious. Like, I need to watch it again. Nah, I ain't doing that.
And this is coming from someone who didn't want to watch it in the first place at all. So
definitely didn't.
I'm just happy he got through the season. I ain't gonna lie to you. To be honest.
I'm committed to content, so
yeah.
It was big. It was bigger than Nino Brown with me, so I was like, I'll watch it, but I wasn't happy,
and I appreciate it.
I wasn't happy about it, but hey, you can tell we reached the end of anything we had to say about She-Hulk. But Hey, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe. Drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think about anything that we discuss. Smash that notification bell once again,
Yes.
so you don't miss anything that we drop here at Oversaturated Podcast.
Word. Thank you for coming on the She-Hulk season review with us. We'll be back with whatever the next MCU show is. Maybe not, because I think it's Echo. Maybe not.
Oh no, I'm definitely not. No,
we ain't doing that. Oh no, Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is next. Then Echo.
You might have.
No, we're gonna be here for that. We're gonna be here for
You
Secret
might have.
Invasion. So with that, again, we appreciate y'all and we out. Peace.